The images you're about to see are not stunts. These students risk their lives every day to get to school. So while you're watching, think about this. How far would you go to get an education? All around the world, students are heading off to school. Some walk with friends, others ride the bus. But some students in Canada make sacrifices to go to school. First Nations students in northern communities like Attawapiskat leave their families behind to go to high school in a bigger town. They don't see their families for weeks at a time. Students must leave their communities because many First Nations reserves don't have the money to build or support high schools. In Ha Long Bay, Vietnam, students are heading off to school too. Students in Ha Long Bay live in floating homes on the water. Some students in the fishing village have never touched land with their feet. There are a couple of school buildings in the community, and students use old boats to get from their homes to school. In many parts of India, students go to classes at night, while many of us are at home, relaxing after a hectic day at school. Why don't these students go to school during the day? They're busy working to help support their families. How do students who live in Salumbe, a small village in South Africa, go to school? They swim or float on rubber tires across a river. But their main worry is getting eaten by the crocodiles in the river. The students who live in the Nujiang Canyon in China also go to extraordinary lengths to get an education. This region boasts a huge river with rapidly flowing water and dangerous cliffs. People from around the world come here to go whitewater rafting. Some students who live in the Nujiang Canyon must cross the canyon every single day to get to and from school. They cross the canyon by sliding along a cable that is attached to both sides of the canyon. The only things that keep the students from falling into the watery depths below are the thin ropes they use as seats. Students don't wear life jackets, and there are no lifeguards to save them if they fall into the river. As you can see, students all around the world are making sacrifices to go to school. Some are risking their lives. Others are leaving their families behind. Still others are working all day and staying up at night to study. They do this because they believe getting an education is important. Awatif from Egypt. Many of the people here in Beni Sharan want me to become a doctor. I myself want to be a teacher so that I can pass on some of what I've learned to other children. 16-year-old from Guatemala. If we have been privileged with education, then we need to think of solutions and give back to society the gift we have been given. Sophia from Tanzania. I would really like to go to school one day and be like the other girls in their school uniforms. I know if I go to school, one day I will be able to help my family as I will get a good job that pays well. Maka from Sudan. My mother did not go to school. She was going after the cattle. Now she has lost her cattle and she has nothing left. If she had been to school, she would not have lost her knowledge. That's why I want to go to school and learn how to read and write. How far would you go to get an education?